to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
All right. Hello, everyone. Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's see who's in here. All right, Jeff ATL, Joy is in the house. G from the land, Claudette. All right, let's get into it. Miss Sheila, everybody hit that like button. Thank you in advance. Okay, and shout out to everyone in the chat, everyone tuned into the Queen. Okay, Hadassah is in the house. All right. Shout out to my moderators for putting in work. With that all being said, before we get started with the receipts, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Hey, Bronze Flat Power God.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so before we get into this messy debacle that's going on with the Frost family, let's talk about this young black teen who came up missing, Giovanni Peltier, and his body was found, and he is in fact deceased. Okay, so let's get into it. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. So here's what the report. They say Giovanni Peltier's family confirms he's dead, a day after decomposing body believed to belong to the missing teen was found. So this is very sad news. I just heard about this like 2 days ago. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this TikTok someone did about it. Prayers and condolences to him and his family.
Manatee County Sheriff's Office has confirmed that they recovered the body of 18-year-old Giovanni Peltier, who was found in a retention pond off Interstate 75, not far from where his backpack and cell phone were found. Interestingly, police announced they interviewed Giovanni's father, who is currently incarcerated, and he too shared that he was not comfortable with his son being around these cousins that he had never met. If you aren't aware of what happened, Giovanni, his mom, and his mom's boyfriend drove down to Inglewood, Florida in late July. While there, Giovanni was hoping to connect with some of his cousins from his father's side who he had never met before. So at 1:30 in the morning on August 1st, these 3 cousins come to pick up Giovanni with the intent of taking him back to their home in Mims, Florida, a 3-hour drive. Just 25 minutes into this trip, Giovanni sends a plea for help to his mom, texting her, "Help, Mom." He also texted his grandfather and aunt for help as well, but everybody was asleep, so no one saw these messages till the next morning. Later that day, a truck driver found Giovanni's backpack and cell phone on the side of the highway and turned it into police. Police discovered a body which they confirmed to be male on Friday in a retention pond close to where Giovanni's backpack and cell phone were found. Police have since confirmed the body to be that of Giovanni's.
Okay, so that's very sad. Now, his father, his biological father, had concerns about him, in fact, going to visit these cousins. I don't know why he had concerns. Maybe he felt like they were nefarious or they would do something to him. I don't know. But clearly, his fears were substantiated because Giovanni is now deceased. Now, my question is, this is his father right here. So I'm wondering, I guess that's the father that's incarcerated. So clearly, the cousins that he went to visit obviously don't look like him because they specifically said these cousins on the father's side. Okay, so I don't know what they did to him, but they're doing the autopsy. The autopsy report results have not come in yet. But I just want you all to pay attention, honey. It is hateful people in this world. Okay, hateful people in this world. I don't know why, but my glasses are not giving what they're supposed to give this morning. Okay, so with that all being said, hey, Nubian Cutie, Juju B is in the house. All right, Queen Sam is here with the people. So Deronda, so prayers and condolences for his family, friends, and loved ones. That's very sad. Went to go on a trip and instead turned up deceased. That's really awful. Okay, so now let's talk about the Frost family because this is a sad story also. This is a sad story also. So I'm sure you guys have heard by now that, and how come, wait a minute, I have a question. How come anybody that heard about this story, nobody told me yesterday? No, yeah, Claudette said the story is suspect. It clearly sounds suspect, okay? Because what they said was that he got out of the car and started walking. Okay, now I don't believe that because that just sounds crazy to me. And it reminds me of that same lie that the woman who killed Quaron Charles Daniels, I believe that was his name, Quaron Richards, or whatever his name was. Can't remember. It was years ago. But if you all remember, the lady that didn't look like me, her and her 17-year-old son picked him up, and then he was supposedly at their house, and then they claimed that he left walking, and then he turned up dead. Okay, if you picked up someone's child from their house and took it to yours, you should also bring them home, not let them leave walking. Now, I don't believe he left walking because remember, a neighbor said that their car smelled like bleach, like they've been trying to clean something up. So here's what they say. Giovanni Peltier, a teen who went missing in Florida earlier this month, has been confirmed dead. Okay, his family confirmed his death to people and in a social media statement on Saturday, August the 9th, one day after his body was found decomposing near the area where the teenager was last seen. Now, they weren't for sure if that was him at first. Now, police also said in a statement obtained by people that authorities preliminarily determined the body found belongs to Giovanni. And they added that there wasn't any immediate physical evidence found that suggested foul play was involved in the tragedy. You know what they usually say? Okay, so an autopsy is now scheduled to be performed while the investigation remains ongoing. The cause of death is currently unknown. Giovanni's mother, Brigitte Peltier, said in her social media post that she and the rest of her family, which includes her eldest son's 4 younger siblings, are asking for privacy as they plan final arrangements. Giovanni from North Carolina went missing Friday, August the 1st, shortly after traveling there with his mom, or traveling to North Carolina with his mom, her fiance, Jeremy Brown, and his siblings. Okay, now before leaving Raleigh, Giovanni joined a text chat with a group of his paternal relatives, arranging for some of them to pick him up in Englewood, Florida, and bring him to his grandfather's house in Brevard County, more than 3 hours away. So within 30 minutes of being picked up, Giovanni texted his mother, who had been studying for an upcoming pharmacy board exam and was asleep, "Mom, help." This is in 30 minutes after they dropped him off. And he's texting, "Mom, help." And so anyway, she was asleep, sadly, so she didn't get the text until after the fact. Bridget previously said she was worried about Giovanni going alone, but she wanted to support her son as he reconnected with his family. Bridget told people that Giovanni's paternal grandfather left her a voicemail alleging that there had been an altercation between the young men and that the cousins had left the teenager on the side of the road in Branton in Manatee County. The grandfather previously declined to comment to people while the cousins could not be reached. Now that sounds suspicious, don't you think? Now the mom also said that after getting in touch with some more family members, she said she learned that one of the cousins who picked Giovanni up on August the 1st was the group, said the group had smoked Mary Jane together, and Giovanni later began to panic and curse at him. The cousin also allegedly said that a confrontation occurred on the side of the road. He claimed Giovanni pulled out a knife, and after he wrestled the item away from Giovanni, the teenager ran off. Dude, does that sound right? That doesn't even sound right. Okay. Now, if the autopsy report comes back and says that he was stabbed, okay, this is all very fishy. So anyway, says Giovanni's mom described the behavior as unlike her son. She added that she believed he likely felt threatened and outnumbered. So a body of what appeared to be a male was later found in a retention pond off of I-75 and State Road 70, near the area where Giovanni was last seen on Friday, August the 8th. Randy Warren of the Manatee County Sheriff's Office gave this information to people in a statement. Warren added that authorities could not confirm the identity of the body at the time, and police were keeping Giovanni's family informed of developments in the case. And Giovanni was a recent graduate of Fuqua Varina High School, whom his mom previously remembered as a protector. She said in her August 9th social media post that she was living every parent's worst nightmare, trying to find the strength to give him the goodbye he deserves. This is very sad. Let me tell you all something. Now, his body was found near a retention pond or whatever. Something about this whole thing sounds crazy because here's the thing. Now, they say that it was 30 minutes later when he texted his mom, right? So if he texts his mom just 30 minutes later, that's not a lot of time to have been dropped off. So during this time that they're dropped off, they got into an altercation that quick. And then they're saying that they were smoking Mary Jane. Okay, they say they were smoking Mary Jane and then got into this argument, and then he started cursing at the cousin. So could they have gotten HIGH that quick? That really sounds crazy to me. But what do you all think? What do you all think? Because I find it very interesting. I find it very interesting. At the end of the day, something definitely is not right about this story, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. Those people may have gotten into an altercation, all right, but I don't believe it was because they were smoking Mary Jane. Who knows what the altercation was about? But at the end of the day, you get into an altercation with your cousin that you haven't seen since who knows when, and within 30 minutes, and then you kick him out of the car. First of all, why would, even if that were true, okay, even if that were true, why would you kick him out of the car? Talk to me, I talk back, said in 30 minutes, why not turn around and take him back to his mom's? Exactly. Exactly. Something is not right about that story. I'm here to tell you. This is all crazy, honey. At the end of the day, you cannot send your kids off, even if they're teenagers. You cannot just be sending them out to any and everybody. Okay, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Because, I mean, especially if they're going to be around people who don't look like them. And that's sad to say, but it is in fact sometimes the truth.
Okay. So anyway, everyone, please like and share. Now, this story about Kirk Frost and his family that's going on here is all just so nefarious. Okay. Now, this all started, first of all, what I was asking before we started, uh, Andrew said when you're out late at night, you're asking for trouble. Okay. Mel says they hurt that child. Honey, apparently they absolutely did. Killed him, took his life. Okay, so now here's what I want to ask you guys. Um when I was doing hold on, I'm up sending something to my email real quick so I can show you guys. When I was doing True Crime Sundays on yesterday, how come none of you knuckleheads in the chat, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, but how come none of you knuckleheads that were in the chat bothered to tell me about this crazy story that was going on with the Frost family? Because I know darn well some of you all had heard about it. How come nobody said anything? I have several questions. Anybody got any answers? So let me send this I thought I already had this in my email. Y'all, I am unprepared. Hold on. This is all my own fault. Hold on. I'm sending this to my email real quick. Panther Strike said, I never knew about Frostbite. I never knew about Frostbite, but T Hood, yes, Queen. Okay. Well, I'll let you slide on that. But yeah, this is all very interesting. Okay, so I'm sending these things. I'm sending these posts to I thought I had uploaded them last night, but apparently not. Hold on, just one more. Because this whole debacle, okay, before this all got started, with a young man losing his life, Rasheeda was already trending because of the beef, the ongoing beef that is, with her and K. Michelle. Okay, so that's the last one. Okay, so anyway, there's an ongoing beef with Rasheeda and K. Michelle, as you all probably know, if you ever have watched Love and Hip Hop back in the day when K. Michelle was on there. Okay, they had this ongoing feud, and it was specifically because K. Michelle had mentioned that Memphis, the guy that was dating Lil Wayne's child's mother, Toya, she had said something about him being abusive to her. And basically, K. Michelle said she didn't believe it. I mean, not K. Michelle, Rasheeda said she didn't believe it. But now they're claiming, and I can't substantiate any of this stuff. This is all alleged because the police have not solved this case. The police are actively investigating it. But people out here in the streets are saying that Rasheeda and Kirk's daughter, Kelsey, got into some type of argument or altercation or whatever with her own boyfriend, T Hood, and that her brothers came and got into it with him and had an altercation. Now, that's what the word is. The police have not confirmed that. And the only reason I'm telling you all that is in case you already heard it. Okay, so now let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. So here's what they report. First of all, prayers and condolences to the family of T Hood. Okay, he was an up and coming rapper in Atlanta, here in Atlanta. For those of you who don't know who he is, and he was dating Kirk and Rasheeda's daughter. So now he's deceased. So they're saying, this is from rollingout.com. They say some serious allegations are circulated on social media regarding Kirk and Rasheeda Frost's daughter and sons. According to a woman who identifies herself as the sister of Atlanta rapper T Hood, her brother is deceased and having been shot multiple times at the hands of the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stars' children. Okay, so the sister of T Hood is blaming them for doing it. Okay, so anyway, this is all just really messy, like I said. So I'm going to go to first the report of T Hood. Hold on. Atlanta rapper T Hood fatally shot at age 33. Family accuses girlfriend Kirk Frost's daughter Kelsey Frost of foul play. She denies the claims. Okay, so according to the police, they're investigating a shooting at a home in Lilburn, Georgia, and officers responded to reports of a dispute that led to gunfire at the rapper's home on Lee Road around 7 p.m. Now, when the police arrived, they found one man who had been shot. Officials provided first aid and rushed him to the hospital, where he later died from his injuries. Now, his family later basically hold on. His family later confirmed basically that the victim, who was the ready to go rapper, by the way, they later confirmed that one person had been detained by investigators, but no official arrest have been made. Now, TMZ has also reported on the shooting, claiming the rapper's mother, Yolanda, confirmed T Hood was the victim shot at the residence that they reported was in Snellville, Georgia. Citing Yolanda, TMZ reported that T Hood lived at the home and denies reports claiming a party took place at the time of the incident. So meanwhile, on social media, T Hood's family and close friends have accused his girlfriend, Kelsey Frost, of foul play. Kelsey is the daughter of music executive and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Kirk Frost. Her stepmother is rapper and fellow Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Rasheeda. Now, T Hood's two sisters and the child's mother and more also accused Kelsey Frost of setting up the Percolator rapper. Now, T Hood's family claims that Kelsey Frost and T Hood got into an alleged domestic violence dispute, accusing Kelsey of calling her brothers, Kai Frost and Kirk Frost Jr., and having them confront the rapper. Okay, those named have denied the claims, and the investigation is currently ongoing. So Kelsey has since spoken out to deny all of the claims of anything having to do with her boyfriend's death while taking to her Instagram on Saturday. Okay, so Mel said if she set it up, she needs to be held accountable. Well, there's really no proof that she set it up, beloved, other than the fact that the family of the victim is saying this. We don't know if they're telling the truth. They could be just upset, or maybe she actually did. I don't know. But so, like I was saying, this whole thing started because of K. Michelle, not this whole thing right here, but K. Michelle and Rasheeda already were having a debacle, and she was already trending. So then people started doing TikToks talking about, well, since Rasheeda's already trending, let's go and add this into the mix. And this is what she really needs to be worried about. And then everybody just started going in on them. So I'm going to go to some of the things that were posted online by the people, some of the people that are allegedly involved. Okay, so this is T-Rock right here, or T-Hood right here with Kirk and Rasheeda's daughter. And you see right here at Frosty K, set my brother up. She had her brother shoot him, and she didn't, and say she didn't know he shot my brother 5 times in the back and stomach. Now, 5 times is a lot to be shooting somebody. Okay, now I don't know how he's going to explain himself out of that one, if in fact he is the one that shot him. Okay, so she goes on to say he shot my brother 5 times in the back and stomach and chest. And they cleaned it up and hid the brother so the police wouldn't find the weapon or him. Her 2 brothers, one left the scene, but the one that lives on the property is hiding. So did one of the brothers live with them, her and T-Rock? So anyway, then she says, somebody responded saying shooting someone in the back isn't self-defense, and shooting them 5 different times is overkill. Okay, she stated that she was leaving and her brother shot him and said F her and him. Self-defense on what? Shut the F up if you don't know what the F you talking about. If someone is so-called beating you up in your house, why not call 911 to remove the person from the home? And he lived there as well. And Kai Frost lives there as well, which is the brother. Why wait on someone to be shot, then 911? And again, your brother already lived there in the house. Why wait on your older brother to come, then shoot him together? Okay, when 911 could have been called from 3 p.m., you wait 3 to 4 hours, then call 911, and you didn't even call please shut the F up and stop eating D on this app. If this was a self-defense situation, why would the brother leave the house before police arrive? And there's no weapons, just a shot person. Okay, that was already dead at the scene. You took time to clean up, not call 911, because the 911 call came from Lithonia when you called after police were already en route. Why run if it's self-defense? Okay, so this is all messy, like I said, and this is the brother that they're talking about right here. I believe that's Kirk's oldest son. Kirk and Rasheeda's oldest son. And then somebody says, get up off this app yapping if you don't know what the F you're talking about. That's not towards that comment. That's for all the ignorant comments that no, they don't even make sense. If it's self-defense, you wouldn't run from the scene. You would stay at the scene because you did nothing wrong. They showed so much love for you today. I hate this happened to you, Tevin. This is still the sister talking. This my mama only son. He knew I'd do anything for him. Anything. I hate this B even came into his life. She made all them posts, and I honestly don't care if she hurting. She gets to see her brothers live another day. Y'all took mine. All y'all bees can rot. Now, Kirk Frost's daughter, Kelsey, speaks out following the murder of her boyfriend, Atlanta rapper T Hood. The love of my life is gone. I didn't harm anyone or ask anyone to harm him. I didn't call a brother. Okay, so she says, I'm livid also. I didn't call my family for help. For one, I'm the only girl, and I know we would be right back together that same night. If anything, I didn't involve my folks in our business. I didn't call my brother. I didn't call anyone but his mother. That's my baby. So please stop listening to people who weren't there. Listening to all these rumors and conspiracy theories will get nobody anywhere. But just following a false narrative. I hate I have to even post this, but I won't let y'all bully me and put the blame on me, making it seem like we weren't one. I ain't ever fathomed no ish like this. I love my man with my entire heart. Sending me threats. I am grieving too. I'm hurting too. I didn't harm anyone or ask anyone to harm him. I didn't call for anyone to come help me. I didn't ask for this. I would never. My baby was still healing from being shot 3 times. We handled our business in private. I am livid also. I didn't call my family for help. For one, I'm the only girl. So basically, she's denying that she called them. She said she doesn't condone any of this. I am not okay. Okay, first off, I've been advised not to speak up by plenty of parties. I can't sit back and let this narrative being created go on. The love of my life is gone. The man I lay with and cuddle every night, every single night, is no longer here. So as I want to ask for respect and privacy, I won't, because I will always defend my baby. I don't condone this ish in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I am sick to my stomach. I don't wish this on anyone. My brain is all over the place. This is a total nightmare, but I'm going to get this off. I don't even have time to grieve or say my respects in the right manner because I am defending myself, being attacked by people who are creating weird and sick rumors. I'm not good at talking, but I would love to give insight and let the people who love him to get understanding. I don't have the right words, but I want to keep typing while also respecting his family and loved ones. Okay, so this is all sad. This is all very sad and unfortunate. I don't know. I mean, somebody shot the young man. Okay, and he was found dead at the house. So I just have questions as to who did it, why, who knows what. And they're saying that the son's hiding. So apparently he hasn't been able to speak to the police. If he hasn't spoken to the police, I don't know. I don't know. This is all just crazy. Now, they did say that when the police showed up, they spoke to somebody at the house. Okay. Joy says, sounds like she's overdoing it. Do you mean his sister or the girlfriend? Because here's the thing. I was thinking about, okay, I understand her wanting to defend herself, but why would you be going back and forth worried about what people are saying online. Look, you have to grieve. I wouldn't be worried about trying to clear my name, especially if I know I didn't do anything. That's for the police to be worried about. I would not be so worried about what people are saying online, because people online just take stuff and run with it. They create scenarios in their minds, in their own heads, and think that they know things when in fact we know that very often they don't. Okay, so I really don't think she should be even responding to this at this time, because it's just given that she has something to prove. Okay, I mean, that's just how it's coming off to me. That's just how it's coming off to me. And here's a video, some videos and pictures that she posted on Instagram of her and T Hood. I have muted the volume, because some of this has music on it. Now, that's when he was in the hospital when he got shot previously. He was shot 3 times, or was he in the, I don't know. That's before he got shot, I think. I mean, they look like they were all lovey-dovey. But it has been reported that she said her family didn't care for him. And so she wouldn't have called them because they already didn't like him. Okay, I don't know why they didn't like him, if that is true. But this whole thing is real crazy. I mean, if any of them were looking for a storyline on Love and Hip Hop, this is clearly one. And apparently that's when he's in the hospital from being shot previously. Hadn't even really recuperated. This is all sad at the end of the day. Okay, so she's trying to throw her brothers under the bus to save herself. Well, that's kind of what it was given. But again, here's the thing. It was kind of given that. But if, in fact, her brother shot him, I mean, she's likely upset about it because that was her boyfriend. Now, the question is, did she actually call them, or did the brothers just come running? I don't know. I don't know, because in some of these posts, it was basically saying that they just showed up, that she wouldn't have called them because she already knew they didn't like him or whatever. And so I don't know, honey. I don't know what to think about this whole situation. What do y'all think? I mean, what do you all have to say about it? It's very unfortunate, I'll say that much. And then here's the thing. Where is the sister of T Hood? Where is she getting it from that apparently Kelsey had something to do with it? Where is she getting that from? I just have questions. So here's some of the stuff people posted online. Okay, first off, some serious allegations are circulating on social media regarding Kirk and Rasheeda Frost's daughters and sons. According to a woman who identifies herself as the sister of the Atlanta rapper T Hood, her brother is deceased, having been shot multiple times at the hands of the Love and Hip Hop star's adult children. T Hood was reportedly dating Kirk's daughter, Kelsey K. Frost, and people familiar with the situation are saying she called her brothers, Kai, Kirk, and Rasheeda, Kai and Kirk, Rasheeda's sons, and the altercation ended in T Hood's death. And then someone by the name of Pretty Brown says, so y'all heard about Rasheeda and Kirk Frost's daughter calling her brothers on the dude she was effing with, and they unalived him last night? Then they're also saying Kirk and Rasheeda picked them up from around the corner after everything happened, and they're hiding them. Now, first of all, where would they get that from? That's what I would like to know. Where would they get that from? If Kirk and Rasheeda dropped them off or picked them up from around the corner, how would anybody know that? Where would that come from? Are people just taking stuff and running with it? I don't know. Unless the sister said something about that. So anyway, it goes on to say that so allegedly the dude was unalived last night. The dude in the pink jacket. His name was T Hood. He was a rising artist out of Atlanta. Bruh had dealings with K Frost, Kirk and Rasheeda's daughter. They got into it, and she called her brothers, Kai Frost, Kirk and Rasheeda's son, and the other brother. He's in the family pic in the corner with the glasses on. but she called them and they got into an altercation, left and came back to unalive bruh, allegedly. All of their kids are involved, but either disabled their comments, made their page private, deleted all of their posts, or limited the comments. So Gwinnett County Police are investigating the shooting at the home of the unincorporated Lilburn in the unincorporated Lilburn neighborhood. Okay, so anyway, that's all we have for right now. But I tell you what, this is all real crazy. And the thing is too, like I said, this was supposedly all started over a domestic violence dispute, which is interesting to me because Rasheeda was the main one sitting up there saying that K. Michelle was lying when K. Michelle said that Memphis beat the hell out of her. Okay. And then they said she was lying, and then Memphis came out. And the reason I feel like Rasheeda said that she was lying at the time is because she was friends with Toya. Okay, the woman that Memphis was dating, Lil Wayne's baby mom at the time. And I think she was just trying to have her side because how could she know? She said Memphis doesn't give her that vibe. That's what Rasheeda said at the time. She said Memphis doesn't give her that vibe. First of all, what kind of vibe does a domestic abuser give? Okay, is there a specific energy or air about them that you would know? First of all, if she was friends with his girlfriend, how would she know if he's a domestic abuser? How would she know that? He's not going to give the vibe to her because he's not going to be going upside her head. Okay, so that was all crazy to me. But anyway, K. Michelle ended up suing Memphis for, I forget how much, but she ended up suing him for defamation, and she won because he was lying. Okay, and he was clearly lying. It was obvious to me he was lying about the abuse. I believe K. Michelle because he was changing his story too much. First, he said that Carlos King told her to say those things on the show, basically so she would have a storyline and for the ratings. Then he came out and said that the reason she said it was because she wanted to ruin him and Toya's relationship. So which is it? At the end of the day, she obviously had proof and receipts because she won in court against him. Okay, so Rasheeda did all of that. And then Rasheeda and her were trending again just prior to this incident with T Hood being killed because remember the song that K. Michelle made up on the show Love and Hip Hop about Rasheeda and Kirk? Well, she played that song on her during her live performance.
Rasheeda got bags. Rasheeda got bags. For the girl. Her career all over the world.
Okay, so y'all heard that, honey. K. Michelle was a hot mess. Yeah, so she basically did that the other day, and then Rasheeda comes out and responds, and here's what Rasheeda had to say. This is her post on social media. She says, yep, she still loves me, forever living rent-free in her mind. By the way, she opening up in my concert. Get your tickets. Rasheeda, please sit down. You wish K. Michelle was opening up for you ever. Okay? You wish. And then Kirk, the thing about him is, why is he getting in women's business? Okay, because I thought that was all crazy when he decided to enter the chat. And so then he went to posting stuff. This is what he posted right here. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. So Kirk posts this. And then he says the comments versus the stats. But chill out before we give up your opening spot. Okay. Oh, and that B. First of all, like I said, why is he getting into women's business? That's just all so petty. Okay, he's a grown arse man. He should not even. I understand Rasheeda's his wife, but does he really need to get involved in her and K Michelle's debacle? Okay, that is so lame to me. That is so lame. Men should absolutely stay out of women's business, and women need to stay out of men's business, as far as I'm concerned. Then he went on to post the stats. Okay, now these are Rasheeda's songs. Okay, as you can see, "Marry Me" got 2.1 billion streams. "My Bubblegum" 907.5 million. "Legs to the Moon" 8 million, and "Bedrock" 7.6. First of all, I can honestly tell you guys that all of these songs suck. In my opinion, none of these songs sound good. She got all these streams, and of course she got paid for them, but she got most of those streams from TikTok. And you might say, well, what does that matter? Because she still got the streams. But the point is, Kirk's acting like her music is all that, like everybody's listening to it, like we're hearing it in the clubs when we go out. Okay, like people are playing it at house parties. They're not. Okay, they're not. People use it on TikTok for little simple videos that they do. That's all that is. But K Michelle came back, and this is what she posted. She says, "You really sat there and let that man embarrass you again today?" Talking about a Spotify listener for a TikTok challenge song. Crazy. I'm for number one, Billboard albums, 2 platinum records, 5 gold records, and just got off stage as I have been for years. You want me to keep going? This music discussion ended before it started, just like your comical rap whisper. Ha! Everyone knows that you're not a talented lady. Don't deflect. This is about mocking a woman's abuse for years and being the ringleader of the Bashing Me circus. You're most known for longest running fool on TV. You got the karma you deserve. Now I'm going to sleep. I have another show tomorrow. Ooh, honey. Okay, shots clearly fired. Shots clearly fired. Okay. At the end of the day, Claudine said K Michelle used to date Idris Elba. Yeah, she clearly did. Okay. Fusion says, who listens to that music? Right. Nobody's listening to Rasheeda's music. And I promise you that. Okay. I promise you that. Bronze Flap Her God said, I'm crying. They says Rasheeda was a bubblegum rapper. She was. And then she used to try to do this. She had this one song where she tried to whisper like Shawty Low. Okay. If y'all don't know who Shawty Low is, he's one of the Atlanta rappers. He passed away some years ago. But she was literally trying to imitate him when she was rapping, trying to whisper, like was his style of rap. She's so ridiculous. Okay. Mel said Rasheeda's music is a flop. Exactly. Okay. The Real and Star said 50 plus still rapping about money and cars and clothes. Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Jeff said, I remember Shawty Low. Nubian Cutie said, I don't know who the lady or her husband is. All right. And so anyway, honey, I just find it all sad. You know, like I said, prayers and condolences to the family, friends, and loved ones of T Hood. I really do hope they find out what exactly happened. Now, if this is all true, let me tell you all something. If this is all true, and I don't know that any of it is, as far as the brothers being the shooter, the brother being the shooter, Kirk and Rasheeda picking him up from around the corner, somebody being in hiding. I don't know. All of this is just, you know, rumor mill gossip as far as I'm concerned right now, until the police come out and say something different. But at the end of the day, if this is true, if this absolutely is true, then somebody's going to jail. Okay. Kirk and Rasheeda, all I'm saying is Kirk and Rasheeda don't need to be online trying to go back and forth with K Michelle. They need to be trying to get this together, figure this out. Okay. Did your son take this young man's life? Are y'all hiding him? And if not, where is he? How come the police haven't been able to contact him? Okay. What really happened at that residence? That's what they need to be worried about. Like, why are you sitting up here, you know, going back and forth and your husband joining in, which is also stupid to me on social media. Anyway, but I digress. Okay, anyway, so with that all being said, Did you notice Kirk used 2007 to 2025? I think you might have a typo, beloved. I'm not sure what you're trying to say about Kirk. Hold on. Kirk used, did you notice? Oh, Kirk used 2007 to 2025. I'm not sure what that means. Queen Sam said, goes back to the Bernie Mac joke, asking God a question that can't be answered. When will Black folks ever unite? Open the gate. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Harlem says, if her son wasn't involved, why hasn't he come forward if he wasn't there? Exactly, which leads me to think that he was. And also, the sister saying that they never liked him. And here's the thing, too. One of those sons has a very bad temper. Okay, that was obvious on the show. The light-skinned one. I'm not sure if he's Kai or Kirk Jr. I think he's the oldest. But anyway, one of them clearly had a bad temper. Now, that doesn't mean that he did anything, but I just remember that. So if his sister, if he felt like somebody put hands on her or whatever, and he went there and got into the altercation, here's the thing. If it was simply self-defense, why wouldn't you just stay there until the police show up and answer questions? And what's this about them trying to clean up the scene? Now, that's what the sister of T. Hood is alleging, but how would she know that? Did any of her family members go by the house? Mel said he is the oldest queen. Okay, thank you, beloved. Okay, so then Kirk Jr. Yeah, that's the one that has the bad attitude. He has a bad temper for what I've seen of him on the show. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Bronze Flat Power God said the light-skinned one is the youngest. The dark-skinned one is the oldest. Okay, well, whichever one is the oldest or youngest, I'm talking about that light-skinned one. Okay, if memory serves me correct, he's the one that was going off on the show. Okay, so Jeff says, if it was just a simple argument, why would you call your brothers and put them in this? Right. Now, here's what T. Hood's sister says, though. She says that one of the brothers lived there with them. Said that one of them lived there with them. So if that's true, maybe he was at home and something's got started, and I don't know, but she said she didn't call the brother. But if the other brother showed up, somebody called him. Okay, I don't think he would have just popped up out of the blue. This is all so crazy. Miss Sheila says, some of us at times are not happy to see our people successful or elevate. So always in competition is ridiculous. Yeah, this is true. This is absolutely true. Nicholas said Kirk is a female. You know, is that why Michelle called him, said your husband's a girl in that song? Because she's saying he acts like one because he's always in female business, Kirk. And again, you're proving her point. Okay? You're proving the point. Okay, Sierra said that's Rasheeda's oldest, not Kirk's. The light-skinned one. Okay, yeah. Anyway, at the end of the day, honey, prayers for all of them, honey, because they're going to need it. Okay, they're going to need it at the end of the day. This sounds like something and here's the thing. This sounds like something that just clearly got out of hand. Okay, and let me just tell you all something. This is why sometimes when you're in a relationship, it's okay not to include your family in it. If you're having problems with a male or a female that you're dating, sometimes you might not want to include your family in it because stuff like this. Okay, now we don't know if this is actually true, but at the end of the day, things like this absolutely do happen. And the sad thing about it is sometimes when couples get into domestic disputes, they end up right back together. Okay? And that's just what it is. Flaw beautifully said, Rasheeda's music covered 2007 to 2025. I would hope she has 1 million plays during that time. Okay, that is a long time, beloved. That's almost 20 years. Okay, that's like 18 years, right? Sheila says, Kirk is always in the business on the show. Yeah, he is. And that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. He needs to stay out of women's business. Okay, y'all are saying some different stuff. Okay, Sunset Night says that's Kirk and Rasheeda's son together. I mean, I think that's Kirk and Rasheeda's son together too. I've not known Rasheeda. I could have sworn that was both of their sons. I'm not sure, but I could have sworn there was both of their sons on the show. At least that's how it was presented on the show, in my opinion. So Zay says the oldest brother lived with her sister. Kirk's oldest kids are by his first wife. Okay. Well, nonetheless, this is all just sad. And like I said, I hope they get over this. Get through it. Sunset Night said the daughter was the side baby, then another side baby, 6 years old. So Kirk had 2 side babies on Rasheeda? Are you serious? I know about the 6-year-old Cameron. No wonder K. Michelle said she's the longest running fool on TV or something like that. Wasn't the story that they got together when she was underage? I don't know, honey. Don't get me to lying. Okay, Sheila said, I think Rasheeda was with Kirk, been with Kirk since she was in high school. Please tell me he was in high school too. I hope he was in high school at the same time. Okay, licensed federal officer Carol Banks says, they sure do. Even on police calls, they will flip the script and both jump on you after a domestic violence call to the police. Yes, exactly. I told you all about a whole incident happened one night at the club years ago where this girl and her boyfriend were into a fight and he was beating his girlfriends behind. A guy who didn't even know either of them intervened. And then him and the boyfriend start fighting. And the girlfriend jumps in to help her boyfriend whip the guy's butt who was trying to help her. And then the police showed up and they both lied on the guy. Okay? They both were sitting there lying on the guy, saying that he started with them. So that's all I'm saying. Like, you know, at the end of the day, this stuff is crazy. The Flawed Beauty said, yep, because if Kirk was on Atlanta Housewives, he would be getting he would be getting a peach. Oh my goodness. Y'all are just so messy. Anyway, with that all being said, I'm out of here. Everyone, please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all, honey. I'm going to be coming back at around 6. We got to talk about Trump. Y'all know Trump. They said Trump moved Obama's picture in the White House. Okay, Trump is just so ridiculous. He already poured concrete over that rose garden that he know darn well Michelle Obama loved. Okay? And we're going to get into some more stuff that he's up to as well. Okay? Jasmine's son Cameron is a storyline. Yes, absolutely. I do absolutely agree with that. And now they're all supposed to be like one big family. Because on one of the episodes recently, Jasmine and Rasheeda's mom were hanging out together. Like, make that make sense. Hey, these reality shows are crazy. Okay? These reality shows are so crazy. D Major Scaling Up said Trump is also taking over Washington, D.C. with troops as we speak. Queen, I know, right? What is this man going to do next? Okay, Jeff ATL said Trump is ucking up. Claudine said Trump moved the MLK statue that was in the Oval Office. This man is wreaking havoc. Do you hear me? He's literally wreaking havoc. So with that all being said, there's Reggie. Reggie said, great broadcast, Queen. Thank you, Reggie. At Boy Broadway SD. I didn't even know that was you, honey. I just happened to see your profile pic. All right. So anyway, with that all being said, listen, I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Do not forget to tune back in later, okay? Because we got to figure out what Trump's got going on here. Trump's about to drive this country straight to hell, okay? We're going to be wishing we lived in an alternate universe by the time he's done. Okay, Laverne said, thanks for this crazy story. It is crazy. Latasha said, Queen, you so funny. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so listen, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hit him with that flavor. All in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got